If you're a newcomer to Canada, in all likelihood, there is a lot that may be unfamiliar about how our banking system works. Like, who are the players? What are the priorities? How does it all work? We're going to talk about some of the challenges that newcomers face when they are newly arrived to Canada. Our guest is Sumit Sarkar. He is the head of consumer growth and segments at BMO. Hello there.
Hi, Bruce. How are you doing? Thank you for having me here.
I am well. I want to start with the challenges. And I know every newcomer has their own story. Some come, from an English speaking country where things look quite similar to Canada, and others come without language skills and with a banking system that is completely different. But give us a flavor of some of the challenges that a newcomer faces when they arrive here.
Yeah, I think it's a very important topic. And like you said, even before banking, there's a ton of challenges that newcomers face. You're coming to a new country, you're uprooting everything that you kind of know and have established in your home country. So you're looking for a new house, you're looking for a way to connect with your friends and family. Banking also fits very nicely in that equation, and we do acknowledge and accept that opportunity that comes with it. There's a lot to understand, and the Canadian banking system is different than how it works in other parts of the world. So, what's a checking account, a savings account? What's the meaning of a credit history? Why do I need a credit card? How do I get a credit card? There's a bunch of kind of hoops to jump through to try and understand how the whole kind of ecosystem fits together. And the sooner people are able to do that, the easier it becomes for their economic and social life as well.
Any Canadian needs to learn many of the things that we've talked about, but for a newcomer, it sort of feels like there's more pressure. The need is more acute. You're someone who's walked this path. You had to learn this stuff. What's that like?
I mean, the sooner you jump into it, the easier it becomes. As you can kind of imagine, we went through some of the struggles. Like when you come in initially, you're looking for a job, you're looking for a place to stay. If you have kids, you're looking for a school system. How does all of that kind of work and fit into the community as well? So I would say the sooner you start, the better it is. Like with most things in life, if you can settle in and get a checking, savings, credit card, those basic kind of products, then you know you're set, and you get the economic kind of ball rolling, just so that you can work through the cycles. You can make sure you focus on other things that are important in life as well, and essentially at the end of the day, make sure it works for yourself and your family.
You referenced a couple of the products, and people are familiar with some of the basic ones, but for some newcomers, one of the products that's can be quite different is how prevalent credit card use is here in Canada. What should newcomers know about that in practical terms for how they'll find their way through the world? It's harder to do if you've only got cash in your pocket.
Credit is a very, very important part of how the whole ecosystem kind of works in Canada. Whether you're looking to rent, whether you're looking to buy a house, or even like getting a couch, people are going to need credit. And I think that's a very important thing for people to kind of understand. Again, it might work differently in different parts of the world. We're less cash, more credit economy in North America in general. And so the sooner you get a credit card, and so it's important to choose a bank that can give you all of those kind of primary relationships, because you want to be able to kind of deposit your money, you want to be able to save for the future, you want to be able to spend things on credit. Because one of the things about credit is you need to have a good or a decent credit score to get credit. And that might be counterintuitive to a lot of people. But somehow you need to kind of get into the whole system to make sure you're able to kind of work on your score no matter where it is and kind of nudge it higher. And that's how you kind of unlock a bunch of benefits for the future as well.
Tell us about the BMO program, New Start. So you've got a whole bunch of things that are oriented to this particular demographic. What's that include, and what are you trying to do with that program?
Yeah, there's a lot that we're trying to pack into that, keeping everything that we've talked about in mind. We want to make sure customers, one of the things we talk about at BMO is helping customers make real financial progress. And newcomers kind of fit very well into that whole equation. So there's a program out there where we offer 2-year free banking. There's a bunch of other benefit that comes with it. There's a cash offer that you join. We want to make it as seamless, as easy for you as possible. But even outside of the day-to-day products, what I would say we're really proud of that we've done at BMO is there's a number of digital tools that we enable the customer with that helps you kind of learn about this whole ecosystem in Canada. How does the financial world kind of work? What we call BMO Smart Progress. So that helps you kind of understand, what kind of goals do I have? How do I meet those goals? How do I get credit that we talked about? What are the different banking products, etc. So we've kind of made it in a self-learning kind of module. And in the world of TikTok, we see a lot of people spending time and leveraging these tools. We also have other tools that help you kind of enhance your credit, plus plan for the future as well, what we call My Financial Progress. So you're able to kind of go in there, input your numbers, and see where it kind of lands and where you go from there.
One of the things I think just this phrase, real financial progress, underscores is the importance of progress being relative to the individual versus some like grand goal. You're supposed to have 3 houses by the time you're 40 and, ready to retire and all that. For a newcomer in particular, I can imagine how important that would be to ensure that their circumstances are accounted for versus some, unachievable goal. How do you factor that in?
I think one of the things I would do is like the whole Real Financial Progress Index, as we call it, it measures the Canadian confidence. And we know that over the last year, couple of years coming out of COVID, it started slipping a bit. There's tons of things in the news out there in terms of the political scenario, etc. Unemployment is kind of ticking up in Canada as well. And I think newcomers are kind of in the center of all of this that's happening. There's immigration policy laws that have changed as well over the last year. And so it's important to kind of understand where you are and where you want to go. And that's why I kind of emphasize the My Financial Progress tool that we have, which is completely, personalized to your needs. So you're able to kind of go in there and input if you have BMO account holdings, it automatically pulls it up. You're able to set goals and say, I want to buy a couch, I want to buy a TV, I want to buy a new iPhone, and I want to buy a house as well, obviously a little bit down the road. And it helps you kind of map out that path that's needed. And that path is going to be different for every individual coming in, every household, depending how many people you have. So I highly encourage people to kind of test it out and see what that path is, because we all kind of want to know how it maps out and how it lands as it comes to the financial.
There's the newcomer who's here, and then there's the soon-to-be newcomer who's not yet here. How do you address the needs for those who are pre-arrival? So they're planning to move, they may even have their plane ticket, but they're not physically in the country yet.
So I'd start with the knowledge first. As similar to moving to a new country, again, there's a number of things you're juggling through. What should I do? What kind of employment is there? If you're going there for school, what kind of school should I join? Et cetera, et cetera. And I would say everyone needs to weave in the whole banking system into that to try and understand what am I going to do and not have it as an afterthought after landing into Canada. And I think that's where 2 things I would emphasize is one is BMO Smart Progress. So the education tool exists, whether you're in Canada, outside of Canada, doesn't matter. The digital world kind of helps us connect all of those dots. So you're able to kind of go in there and understand some of those critical things, try and understand what a checking account, savings account is. And the beauty of what we've done at BMO is all of those digital services that you can do once you land in Canada, you're able to sit in your home country, if that's outside of Canada, sit on your couch and apply for it. And within 6 or 7 minutes, you have the account open and you have everything ready to go. You just need to land here, and we need to do the KYC checks as per Canadian laws, and you're kind of on your way. So I would say take that step in kind of understanding how the whole system works and how can you get your first bank account going, because the first bank account you get is going to stick with you for a long, long time. So you might as well spend time in choosing the right one.
It's true. Canadians are very loyal when it comes to their banks, which I'm sure makes part of your job easier and part of your job harder too.
It flows both ways,
That's
as you
right.
said. Like part of it is easy if they spend the time and choose the bank. Obviously, we'd love everyone to go with BMO as much as possible. But there's the other side of the equation when people don't want to move that much, and it's understandable. Like it's once you're comfortable and an institution can offer you all of those services, then you might as well stay with them. And thus the focus on digital and all of these tools that I just spoke about is we want to make sure that you're getting more than just the checking savings account, and you're able to kind of experience the whole gamut that we have at BMO, and hopefully help make real financial progress.
That's great. Sumit, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you for having me here, and it's always a pleasure talking to you and the audience.
It's great. Sumit Sarkar is the head of customer growth and segments at BMO.